You're listening to the Retirement Solution Podcast with John Hicks.
Here with John Hicks, I'm Jennifer Perry. Thanks so much for joining us this week. And if you want more information on John and the entire team at J. Hagan Capital, if you have a retirement question for us too, just reach out to us on the website at retirementsolutionradio.com. And I know so many people, John, talk about starting on a retirement plan, getting a second opinion on their investments, getting a second opinion on their taxes. This time of year, that's key too. But so many of us, life gets in the way, and we get that because we're busy people too. It's amazing how our priorities kind of shift just as we go through our normal work week. But this is actually a really kind of busy time for you guys there at J. Hagan Capital, because a lot of people, thankfully, in the last few months here on the show, have really taken that action and gotten started on some of the goals that they were pursuing, maybe got sidetracked in this past year, but they're back on track now.
Well, let's be honest about why most people don't want to get started on a retirement plan. It sucks.
Yes.
No, I'm serious. Most people, when they walk into this, feel like, I'm just going to walk into a world of disappointment. Nothing about what I've done is going to be good. They're going to look at me and they're going to stare and say, wow, this is what you have after all of this time. And I'm going to feel bad about myself. Guys, it could not be more different than that. But this is an alliteration. I'm kind of making fun a little bit here, but the truth of the matter is no one wants to feel like they're being deposed, right?
Right, yes.
Or like you've just walked in the hospital. You don't really know what's wrong. You just kind of want to check up. Next thing they say is, hey, go ahead and get completely stripped down, except for your skivvies. And you're going to put this gown on that barely closes in the back. You got your back end, wafting in the breeze. And that's okay, because now we're going to talk about all of your finances. And a lot of people just look at that, me included, by the way, and just feel like, wow, that's really invasive.
It feels like
why
it, yes.
on earth would I want to do that? And the answer is because we don't want to. We wouldn't want to do that. And that's why we've worked very hard over the last, going on almost 21 years for me, but almost 7 years on the show, trying to find out how we can make retirement great again without having to have those feelings.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the biggest thing, Jennifer, because believe me, when most people say, oh, John, you do finances, well, that is very impressive, and I never want to talk to you again. Because they have those feelings in their mind, like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to sell me some junk, or there's going to be this thing, or I'm going to have to be in that uncomfortable gown. It doesn't have to be like any of that. As a matter of fact, here's what I would suggest that everyone do to kind of get over that. It's a little bit of a helpful, what are we going to call this? An exercise, if you will.
Okay.
It's an exercise. Think about what you would actually like to accomplish. Not in the next 5 minutes. Hopefully you're driving to your destination carefully, or you're not putting arsenic in your spouse's tea, or whatever you're doing. We're planning for the best here, right? We're thinking ahead in a very positive and clear way going forward, right? What would you like to accomplish? And let's say that if you could hang it up and not work again, what would you like that to look like? So the point to me doing that is, what if you had conviction? And what if you were powerfully compelled that it will work? Okay. What if you felt like you had an ironclad strategy so that whatever that was you wanted to achieve, you could do it? And frankly, you could change your mind down the road and it wouldn't blow you up. That's the reason why we get over that going to the doctor feeling. Why we get over that, I don't know, I don't feel good about this. I don't know if I want to see anyone, though. That's what happens.
Right.
When you realize the better things that can come out of getting a second opinion, or getting an actual game plan, or hiring a coach or a tactician, if you will, to help you get through those situations. And Jennifer, recently, I would say this is why I hired a kind of a guide to help me go up a mountain. Because the whole point is that I've never gone up a mountain before.
Right.
I still haven't gone up that mountain.
I know you well enough in these last 7 years to know for sure. You have not been a mountain climber.
I'm not a mountain climber. My wife calls me a mountain goat acting type person sometimes. Man. It's not
I can see that, yes.
Yeah, but I've never been up a mountain before. And it's a big deal. Why am I doing this? I ask myself that every single day. But at the end of the day, it's a challenge. And I'm going to put myself to a test that I think I can pass. I think I can. And not only do I think I can, I'm going to do it. But I don't think I could have done it alone. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it alone. Mm-hmm. Your body breaks down, right? Going up the equivalent of Mount Everest. your mental state can break down. You don't sleep. You don't eat right. It's hot or it's cold. All these things happen to you. And I want to test myself. I'm in my 40s. I can hack this. I know I can. But I don't know if I could do it on my own.
Yeah.
So I hired a guide. And during this period of time, we've been doing different workout rituals, different scheduled events, getting mentally prepared, emotionally prepared, getting physically prepared, right? Getting on that elliptical for a lot longer than the 12 minutes it says I can go and still lose 4 pounds a week, right? We're pushing it to the edge. And why are we doing that? Well, because I just want to see what I'm capable of, right?
Yeah.
And I think many of us, that's what we want to find out. Hey, here's where I am with my retirement. Here's what I've saved. It may not be much more than this. Where can I push this? How can I take this to the edge, but still not fail? Right? Now, the whole point of getting to that edge is that if you've never done this before, that might be a fool's errand. That's why you hire a guide. And so, although it's uncomfortable to look at someone in the face who is a former Navy SEAL, and for him to stare down at my chubby physique and say, really, you're going to climb a mountain? My goodness, son. Yeah, let's see what we can do with you. And realize that we're getting in a place where I can do that. And not only can do that, will do that. And only will do that, we'll do it with success. That's the difference in having the right guide. So that's what we offer on this show. And that's why sometimes when we're not feeling good about how we're going to be perceived or how it's going to look or if we're going to be disappointed, here's what you do. You just get over that real quick. Because most people that I have found, especially those that have saved well and they believe in personal responsibility, they have sacrificed to do things for their family, to do things for themselves, but they know that they want to hang it up one day. If you guys got the right plan, you will succeed, but not with any plan. You got to have the right one. So you got to find someone skilled to get you up and then more than up, down that mountain. If you do that, you will win. So if the only thing that's keeping you from finding that guide to climb that mountain is uncomfortability, fear, sometimes people feel like they just haven't done enough. Just get that right out of your system. There is no judgment. We want to make it an absolutely comfortable experience, but we do that because one thing for sure, you show me where you are on that mountain, we will get you down, period. Because that's what the best we can do for you is. That's what we're going to do.
Like what you hear? Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And thanks for listening to The Retirement Solution with John Hicks.
The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or any specific security. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results. J. Hagan Capital is a registered investment advisor. To find out if John Hicks is licensed in your state, please call 502-690-5635. J. Hagan Capital Incorporated is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal advice. Annuity guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products and annuities offered through John Hicks. Kentucky Insurance License Number 998827.